The Acting Secretary General, Brother Hesbon Agola Otieno, the Acting National Treasurer, Brother James Muandiku, my colleagues, members of the National Steering Committee, brothers and sisters from the Fourth Estate, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chair.
We've called this press release today to give proper information about the position of the leadership of the Kenya National Union of Teachers. We are aware there is a lot of lies that is being peddled outside there over what is transpiring in the leadership of this union now. What is obtaining is extremely clear, and we shall relay to our members today without any fear of any contradiction. Colleagues, you are aware, every organization has got rules and policies that are normally respected by any player in that particular organization. Kenya National Union of Teachers has its constitution, a constitution that has helped this union for many years. And every organ of this union respects this constitution. We have several organs. We have our branches, we have our county leadership, we have our regional leadership, we have the National Executive Council, we have the Advisory Council, we have the National Steering, we also have the Annual Delegates Conference. All these are organs of this union. And the organs are governed by the rules that are properly stipulated in this constitution. We are simply saying none in the leadership of this union is indispensable. This constitution or the rules applies to every body that is the leadership of this union. Maybe it's only in this country where the president is above the law. But every Kenyan is bound by the rules that govern this country. So we want to dispel the thinking that in the leadership of this union, there are sacred cows, that there are people who cannot be affected by this rule. On many occasions, even in our branches, if there is an errand official, that errand official is disciplined following the rules that are laid down by this constitution. It is on this basis that we are here today to dispel the lies that are being peddled out. We want to say lies have short legs, the truth have long legs. And the Holy Bible tells me, because I'm a Christian, if you tell the truth will set you free. Here before you, we are the entire steering. And the Acting Secretary General will carry out a roll call to explain if there are 2 or 3 colleagues that are not here to tell you where they are exactly. We call ourselves brothers and sisters. We love each other. But when the rule applies, we are simply saying every Dick and Harry must respect these rules. On the 11th of April, the Kenya National Executive Council met, and we deliberated over a number of issues. That NEC was chaired by me, the acting national chairman. Indeed, we deliberated over a number of issues. And one of the issues was touching our brother, the Secretary General. He was given a decision, or he made a decision in the National Executive Council that he was supposed to follow. The National Executive Council gave him the opportunity to execute that decision that was taken. Honorable ladies and gentlemen, in that evening, our brother went to KTN and he totally disobeyed the decision that was taken by the National Executive Council. He dismissed everything. That was so bad. The National Executive Council was extremely patient. It was called yet again on 30th of April to deliberate among other issues that are affecting teachers. And one of the issues that came out was the issue that was affecting our Secretary General, Brother Wilson Sossion. And the National Executive Council, in its wisdom, quoting this constitution, that is Article 9, subsection C, number 7, which states this, and I want to quote, the National Executive Council may suspend or dismiss or replace, and I want you to mark those words, any officers of the union for the following reasons: negligence of duty, dishonesty, incompetence, or for failure to obey its decisions, or for any other reasons it may deem fit and important in the interest of the union, subject to the approval of the annual delegates conference. So we want to report today, in a National Executive Council meeting that was properly held and conducted, that was held at the Kenya ICD, and my brother, the Acting Secretary General, will give the records of the attendance. It was chaired by me, the National Chairman. The issue of the Secretary General came up. He was discussed, and it came out clearly, having been proposed, seconded, and the contrary, having proposed and seconded, and according to our rules, very clear, general rules in our Constitution, which are very clear, that in taking important matters concerning a decision that has to be taken by the union, then it has to be done by secret voting. The National Chair called the secret voting, and the Acting Secretary General will report the majority of the members of the National Executive Council having deliberated over this issue, and they quoted the following: that the Secretary General was dishonest, that the Secretary General failed to obey the decisions of the NEC. So in its wisdom, after voting and deliberating, the National Executive Council suspended the Secretary General, Brother Wilson Sossion, that he stays aside, his issues are deliberated upon, he will have an opportunity to defend himself in the annual delegates conference. He cannot be disciplined without being heard. The issue here, he is on suspension right from yesterday. So we want to correct that indeed, here we are, as the members of the National Steering. We are normally 11. 2 of our colleagues are on terminal leave. This Acting Secretary General will explain where the others are. We are simply saying, Secretary General, you know the law. You must respect it. You are on suspension. Respect it. On previous occasions, the Secretary General has taken certain decisions. The decisions are normally respected. And allow me to quote one. You were there when he wrote a letter to the then National Chairman to proceed on terminal leave. The law was very clear. When it was even presented to the National Executive Council in Mombasa Sovereign Lodge, the National Executive Council confirmed that indeed this is what the law respects. And Brother Munzonzile, and I respect him, graciously, having had the deliberations of the NEC, he never objected. He respected, and that's a statesman, and proceeded on terminal leave. So we are simply saying, Brother Sossion, for now, you are on suspension. Please stay aside, wait. You will present yourself on the annual delegates conference. There are several issues that are bedeviling our teachers. Let us not create confusion. Let us, in any organization, colleagues, you are aware. If the law says this is what you're supposed to do, graciously respect it. Brother Sossion, we love you. You are our brothers. Please respect the decision of the National Executive Council. We don't want to appear as if we are exchanging with our honorable brother. We respect him, but we want to put records clear. And we want to tell Kenyan teachers, we are not madmen. The members of the National Steering, the members of the National Executive Council are not mad. We cannot just wake up and suspend our brother. Branches suspend officials. It has happened before. We go there to arbitrate. We listen. And where they can't agree, definitely the membership will always take precedence and take a decision over what should happen. So the position here is very clear. My colleagues, our brother Secretary General is on suspension. We don't want him to masquerade that he's in office now. The law is very clear. The minutes for his suspension by properly convened National Executive Council are there, properly documented. And this is a meeting that he called himself, the National Executive Council. We never called an ad hoc meeting or an orthodox meeting. He convened that meeting. He was discussed. I chaired that meeting. So we want to simply say we correct a statement that Brother Wilson Sossion is actively in the office as per this constitution and according to me as the acting national chairman, and following what transpired in the NEC, my good brother is on suspension. And my good appeal to him, let him respect the wishes of the people. And let him be very frank to you. If he's very sincere, and let him not peddle lies. How many members of steering he's working along with? Let him be very sincere. How many members of the National Executive Council he's with them? You know, we have discovered at times when people are in leadership for long, they get drunk and they think they are so powerful, they don't respect the law, they don't respect anybody, and that is exactly what may be happening now. I'm reliably told he has even been at the labor celebrations, and he was saying he's really, no, you know, being elected is one. All of us were elected. If I misbehave today, I'm asking, will the organs of the union fail to discipline me? Then I keep on saying I was elected. Who doesn't know you were elected? I was elected. National Treasurer was elected. The Acting Secretary General was elected. The women rep were elected. But today, if we discover that one of us has misbehaved, has not respected any of the stipulated rules, we are at liberty to discipline that person. The work of advisory council is advisory, to advise. And even in the advisory council, they never discussed Sossion and the character. They only deliberated over issues affecting the teachers and advised what the national steering will do when we meet the Teacher Service Commission. So from today, until the suspension is lifted, we want to advise everybody who can bother to listen to us, including even the Teacher Service Commission, including even the Minister of Labor. It is Brother Hesbon Otieno, the Deputy Secretary General, who was given the mandate by the National Executive Council to act. Tomorrow we are going to the Teacher Service Commission. I will lead this delegation. Otieno will be the spokesperson. The entire steering will be there to deliberate over the issues that are affecting our members. But we want to advise our brother, we love you, we've no grudge with you, we've no problem with you, nothing whatsoever, but the law has said, please, you are on suspension, respect it. If you are innocent, fine. The members will listen to you. The members will listen to the side of our story. And the final decision will be taken by the members. But we don't want to create confusion in this giant union, where one person will continue disrespecting the, and I'm wondering, if he's the CEO of this union, suppose an executive secretary of a branch is suspended and refuses to obey that law, what will the Secretary General do? I'm simply saying, can he set a good example? Sure. And part of the responsibilities of a national chair is to observe the Constitution. And that is what I'm exactly doing, observing the Constitution. So, in a nutshell, I want to say that is our position. That is where we are. Can our brother step aside and give us a window to carry out the responsibilities that we are assigned by? We have seen even CSCs, cabinet secretaries, stepping aside. When you are mentioned and you're told, okay, there's a problem, graciously, respectfully step aside. If you'll be found innocent, you'll come back. Sure. If you're found guilty, you remain. You don't continue shouting. You don't continue chest thumping. I'm elected Secretary General. Yes, you are. You are elected. Who said no? But we have a reason why we are saying you are suspended for now. But there will be an opportunity for you to face the members. Sure. We shall be there also to explain. If you are exonerated, fine. If you are not exonerated, so be it. But we love you, brother. We want to advise, respect the decision of the National Executive Council. Colleagues, at this juncture, I want to call upon the Acting Secretary General, who is going to flag.
I make a statement. We had invited a lean press deliberately because we know the main media houses that can relay the communication that we want. So we had invited Citizen TV, we had invited Capital FM, K24, and KTN, and NTV. And all of them are here, and we are full house, isn't it? Yeah. I want to start by introducing the members of the National Steering present. So, without any order, at the far end is our Assistant National Treasurer, Brother Hussein Ali. Hussein Ali represents the northeastern region of Kenya. Then we have Sister Jacinta Ndegwa. She is the second National Woman Representative, and she represents the western part of the country, Kenya. We have divided the country into two parts for women representation, so she represents the western part of the country. Then at the far end, we have Sister Dorothy Mudhoni. Sister Dorothy Mudhoni is our first national woman, the Acting Secretary General as from yesterday, representing Nairobi region. And in the absentia, we have our National Treasurer, Brother John Matiang'I, whose wife is sick and is in India now, attending to the sick wife, and we are praying that may the Almighty God extend healing hands so that our sister, our colleague's wife, can recover quickly so that they come back. We also are missing in this gathering our national chairman, Muzonzili Wakuhenderwa, who is on terminal leave pending retirement in the month of June. And then our first Vice National Chair, Samson Kaguma, who is also on terminal leave pending retirement. So you can see that the whole national steering who are present are represented here in this press conference. Our national steering, that is our National Executive Council, consists of members from all the regions of this republic. We have members of the national steering sitting in the National Executive Council. Then we have representation from Rift Valley, from Central, from Eastern, from Nyanza, from the Rift Valley itself, then from Western, from Northeastern, and from Nairobi region. The membership is about 44 in total. We have the national trustees who are members, but the national trustees do not vote. So these members, as they met yesterday, has already been alluded to by the Secretary General, by the National Chair, they gave a position which I want to give in a press statement, which unfortunately we have not typed, but we will type the press emails so that you can consume it within the shortest time possible. So without much ado, I'll go into the statement that we prepared. The Kenya National Union of Teachers National Executive Council, meeting on Monday, 30th of April 2018, voted in a division to suspend the Secretary General, Honorable Wilson Sossion, for being dishonest and failing to obey its decisions. The suspension was arrived at when the Council invoked the NAT Constitution 2015, Article 9 on National Executive Council, Section C, Functions of the National Executive Council, subsection 7, the National Executive Council may, and I'm quoting, the National Executive Council may suspend or dismiss or replace any officer of the union for negligence of duty, dishonesty, incompetency, or failure to obey its decisions, or for other reasons it may deem fit and important in the interest of the union, subject to the approval of the annual delegate conference. The National Executive Council has accused the Secretary General, Honorable Wilson Sossion, of dishonesty and failing to execute its decision. This accusation was done yesterday in the meeting that we had at KICD, and they resoluted to suspend him. There was a contrary opinion to the same, and based on the contrary opinion, we were subjected to vote. A division was called. The division was subjected to the article that the national chairman has already alluded to, Article 18 on general rules, sub-article D, voting. 1, taking of all decisions in respect of the elections of officers, amending of rules, strikes, lockouts, dissolutions, and any other matter affecting members of the union generally shall be taken by secret ballot. So yesterday, we had secret ballot, which was carried out by the members in attendance. The members in attendance were about 35. As I have already told you, national trustees do not vote. They do not participate in the voting. There are those, out of their own volition, they decided to abstain from voting. So they did not participate. So those who participated in the voting, they voted as follows. 22 of the members, the voting question was, should the Secretary General be suspended? Based on the deliberations, as the national chairman has already alluded to, that there were those who had a feeling that because of the reasons, as we have already quoted in our constitution, that the Secretary General should be suspended, and those who had the contrary opinion. So the question was, should the Secretary General be suspended? Now the responses were, yes, we had 22 members, and no, we had 2 members. And so when the chairman announced the outcome of the division, it is obvious to all of us that the yes carried the day. And so the decision of the National Executive Council was that the Secretary General stands suspended as from yesterday. And it should go very clear to our teaching fraternity that as from yesterday, the Secretary General, Honorable Wilson Sossion, is suspended from office until such a time that we'll have our annual delegate conference to allow him to defend himself, and for the national annual delegate conference to ratify the decision. The same National Executive Council, in the absence of our Honorable Secretary General, decided that I, who is speaking to you, who was by then Deputy Secretary General, Hesbon Otieno Agola, take the acting position of the Secretary General until such a time when decisions will be made. So as I am speaking to you today, I am the spokesman of the Kenya National Union of Teachers. The same National Executive Council mandated my brother, Collins Oyu, and he's a very lucky man because now he has 2 acting positions and 1 substantive position. So they mandated him to be the acting Deputy Secretary General of the Kenya National Union of Teachers until such a time when the National Annual Delegate Conference will make a decision. So that is the position as at today of the National Executive Council. We want to inform our members that this union is orderly and nothing has changed. And we want to urge our branches that operations will continue as normal. Let them open the branch doors so that our teachers can receive services. The national chairman has correctly put it that tomorrow we have a task that we have to carry out for and on behalf of the teaching fraternity in Kenya. We are meeting the Teacher Service Commission. As we are meeting the Teacher Service Commission, the whole of this team will be there for that meeting, led by the national chairman, Brother Wycliffe Etole Omuchei. And I, Hesbon Otieno, will be the spokesman in that meeting. And let it be very clear that that is the position. All these side shows that we are seeing will not help. And we should stop the side shows now and concentrate on the bigger business of what is bedeviling our teachers so that we can get solutions. Tomorrow we are meeting TSC, and we are meeting them in order for us to get solutions to the items of agenda that had already been stipulated, and also this animal of delocalization, which we believe that when we sit tomorrow, we will get an amicable solution with the Teachers Service Commission. National Advisory Council, as we have already been informed by the national chairman, has one important task of advising. And we are happy when they come to do what? To advise us. And we will always invite them to advise us. The Constitution allows them to do that. But they do not overrule, and I repeat, they do not overrule the decision of the National Executive Council. The only body that can alter or overrule the decision of the National Executive Council is the annual delegate conference. So that is the position of this union by the national chairman, and we don't want to add or flesh anything. We are as clear as that, and let us be very honest to ourselves.
Forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. We shall never be divided. We shall never be divided. We shall never be divided, for the union makes us strong.
Solidarity! Solidarity!
Forever.